Hello, everybody that's listening to Kindling with High Fire. I know it's been a horribly long time, and I won't go into the details of why that is. Let's just say the dark part of the year was not very kind to me and my depression. Let's just leave it at that. I can get into details if you want, but that's not what this post is going to be about. So Imbolc is coming up, and Imbolc for me has always been a kind of a beginning of the year kind of thing, so I thought it'd be a perfect way to kind of reboot the podcast and get me going again, is to do the, what is it called? I had it right in front of me, the Brighid along with Sassafras Grove, and you can find it on Facebook if you want to look up the events. But there's also a blog that they have, and I'll put the links to it in the show notes. But let's see. Here's how they describe it themselves. If I can get back to the actual event and how they describe it. Facebook's been a little bit touchy about things, and it's been really, really annoying. Okay. All right. Well, here's the description that they give for their Brighid along, and they pretty much do this every year, and this is the one for 2020. Our Brighid along will be in tomorrow, which was yesterday. I'll be posting links daily with resources to help us connect with each aspect. Participation can be as much or as little as you like. Maybe you just read through the resources, do the guided meditation, or light a candle each night. Maybe you'll keep a journal about your experience with each aspect. Do a daily divination, decorate a candle to represent each aspect, or one candle for all 9. Incorporate the prayers and meditations into a daily devotional. And they're asking for any other ideas or suggestions, pretty open-ended. But they do this pretty much every year, and this year I thought I'd Brighid along with them, and leading up to Imbolc, just to get me back in the groove and just get me started for the new year. So the first day, if you're looking at the website, the blog, let me go down here. Well, the first day, let me see if I want the first day, which is, yes, there it is. Okay, so the first day is Brighid in her aspect of being the midwife. And they have several devotions here, and it's really a great setup. And they connect the midwife with the virtue of fertility. They're going to go through 9 virtues, one for each day, before they get to Imbolc itself. And during this period of time, usually they also put together a craft of some kind that you will then offer at whatever ritual you have on Imbolc, or however you'd like to do that. I'm personally going to be knitting something together. Actually making some cording to offer to the fire when we get down to our ritual, which is on the 1st of February, so I'm a little behind here. But the what I really wanted to do for each day is actually talk about fertility, midwifery, and Brighid for this first day, and then I'll do the second day in the second post, which will be coming up in just a couple minutes. But it's going to be really quick. I won't say have an issue with how they describe it, but here's what they have as the 9 virtues of Brighid, midwifery, or fertility. A midwife comes in at the end of pregnancy, helping to bring new life into the world. In a broader sense, the midwife serves as the catalyst that helps bring projects to fruition. Many times we feel fertile with ideas, perhaps even beginning projects, but we only live the virtue of fertility if we bring these ideas into being. Fertility implies not only the initial spark, but the final touches. And just as she eases the mother's pain in the passages of the child, so does the midwife help us to realize our own fertility. And this was written by Diane Bronowicz, the same person that actually sings the introduction to the podcast itself, and also wrote that. And actually, no, she's not the one singing it in the introduction. Bonnie Landry is, but she's the one actually that wrote the words to it and did the figuring out of the songs, whatever that word is. But anyway, getting off track. But yes, same person, I believe. I personally have, I don't have an issue with their particular definition of fertility. That their definition is perfectly fine for them. That's fine if they want. That's the way they want to define fertility. The way that I define fertility is I define it as the ability to support growth. And I got that definition by looking up in several dictionaries and just finding the bare bones, the basic definitions for that particular word. And I was using it for my Dedekind path. You have to define all the virtues, the 9 virtues in ADF, and maybe add your own if you would. And one of them is fertility. And I defined it as, once again, the ability to support growth. And honestly, I think that fits the midwifery idea a little bit better than just coming in at the end, for several reasons. I'm going to mention maybe 2, maybe 3 today. The first of which is that from my understanding of what a midwife does, she doesn't just come in at the end. She's actually with the pregnant woman or pregnant person, and she's taking care of them throughout the pregnancy and making sure she's okay and building her up and making sure she's taking care of herself and making sure that she has the abilities to support the growth of the child inside them. They have the pronouns. Always difficult. But anyway, so the midwife is there throughout the pregnancy, helping to support the growth of the child and also the health of the one giving birth to the child. So that actually personifies my personal definition of fertility a lot better than the midwife coming in at the end when the child is being born and bringing them into the world. The second reason that I find this particular definition of fertility, my definition, a little bit more fitting is that the first definition of fertility connects itself with the idea of productivity a little bit too much for my own comfort. And considering fertility is connected with people having babies and female people, that is generally where that word tends to connect to. Not all the time, but generally speaking in the broader sense. I don't like the fact that it is also connected with productivity and that our fertility is based on our productivity. So that's just my personal stance on it. And mostly what I'm doing for the Brighid along is basically I'm going to be creating my cording to put on the fire, but I'm also I'm reading through all the material that they have along here and really just thinking about how my relationship with Brighid is connected to this particular aspect, or how it could be connected to this aspect, or how it isn't connected to this aspect. I myself haven't had any children yet, I might. So just thinking about how that could connect to me later in life, or how it's connected to other people in my life, and just giving thoughts about that, and maybe offering a prayer at the end of the night. That's pretty much what my Bridget Along is going to be most pertaining to. Alright, so before I talk your guys' ear off, thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for continuing to listen, even though I've been a little bit lax on the scheduling and all that good stuff. I'm gonna try and change that over the course of the next couple of weeks. My next podcast will be coming out on the 1st or 2nd of February. It's either going to be on the day of our ritual, or it's going to be the day after the ritual where it comes out. So look out for that coming up. And thank you guys for listening once again. And I will be continuing this little talk in a little bit with day 2 of the Bridge Along. And just to give you a heads up, day 2 is going to be talking about the aspect of Brighid in her foster mother aspect or vision. Okay, so talk to you guys later. Hope you guys have a great Imbolc and have had can't say that too many times too fast. Have had a great new year so far. All right, so talk to you guys later. See you soon. Be well.